Hello and welcome back to The Broken Doll. Well, I'm taking a little break here now that little Flossie's done. My neighbor across the street named her Flossie. I think we'll stick with that. My little Madame Hendren doll until we know what her real name is. Even still, I think I'm going to stick with Flossie. So Flossie is sitting in a high chair. We're going to have her debut. The high chair's a little bit too big for her because it's swallowing her up a little bit. But she's okay in there right now. She's not going anywhere. So what I got down here is someone left this for me on my table. I have a lady that goes around to yard sales and all those wonderful places, and she brings me back little treasures once in a while, and this is one that she brought back. I love these dolls. I love their pudgy little noses. I don't know, they're cute. And this is a Regal made in Canada doll, and I think she's cute. I have a couple of these, but not like they seem to like different hair colors or whatever and sizes and whatnot, but this one's cute as a button. Oh my goodness, I love her. Look at that little tush on her. But anyways, I don't know if in the States or anywhere else that you have a store called Reitman's. We do. I don't know if it was an American brand store or if it was a Canadian made store. By the way, it seems to me this was a Canadian store. Why? Well, this is also in French and it's also in English. So if you look here, I'm not going to speak French for you, but you can read it here. Le Magazine de la Femme Elegante. So, where smart women shop, you know. So anyways, I don't know if that's what it means, but it says here where smart women shop, stores from coast to coast. I said I wasn't going to read it, but I did anyways. You know, but anyhow, it says about Canada here. So I'm going to take that, it's a Canadian, but what I like about it is, look at the hairdos. These are typical 1960s hairdos, I would think. This box is from I would say the 1960s, but let's open it up. Look what was inside. There were these squares, these beautiful squares. Now it says right on here that this was going to be a baby, it says right on here, printed flannel squares baby quilt. So somebody was going to make a baby quilt out of this, but I'll tell you my idea in a minute. So we have these squares already pre-cut out, and then we also have these squares right here that are already been pre-cut out. And you know what I'm thinking of making for my dolls? I could do a blanket, but I thought maybe some baby diapers would be nice with these for smaller dolls. You know, an idea, you know. But there's several squares there already pre-cut, you know. I could put it together and make a blanket. I could. And then on the other side here are these little dress-me-up dolls. These were made so that they came nude, and what you would do is make a dress up for them. You would be able to sew. A little girl could sew a dress for her doll. And there's two of them in here. Isn't that wonderful? Like, what a wonderful little treasure in this box here. So whatever I decide to do with them, it's going to be great regardless. But I love this one here. There's a name for these dolls. I want to call them Kimmy dolls, but I could be wrong. I don't want to just spout off and say for sure that's who they are, but they're cute. Cute as a button. Well, that's what I have here. Now, my next update. What doll do I want to work on? Well, I had some requests, and I have been anxious to get to one. I was going to go back to my ball jointed doll, but here's my problem. I don't know where I put her right now. I packed her up to do this baby doll, and I shoved a whole bunch of dolls back up in the attic again because I got tired of looking at them all. It kind of got to me a little bit, seeing all the work I got ahead of me. So, stuck it back up there again, opened up my walkway here, and I love it again. But here's the thing. I had requests to work on a Monica of Hollywood doll several times by several people. And I'm thinking, you know what? You're right. I would love to work on one. So I'm going to work on a Monica of Hollywood doll. So what's coming up now? I didn't do this with the Madame Hendren doll. I kicked myself for it. I like to do pictures before and after, and I've been getting out of that, and I need to get back to it again where I take pictures. So I'm going to take the pictures of my dolls, of the doll at the beginning and in the middle and at the end, you know, just pictures. More like middle, at the beginning and end. I want to see where it begins, I want to see where she ends. And that's where people really go, oh wow, you know, afterwards, you know, they see where she starts and where she ends. So that's what I'm going to do with this doll here. We're going to start her and we're going to end her. Okay, so anyways, that's the doll I'm going to work on next, the Monica of Hollywood doll. Get ready, buckle up, get your paint brushes out, and let's paint. And spackle, sand, blah, blah, blah. I'm doing a lot of thinking about her right now, and the steps I need to take for her head right now. So you'll hear from me in a little bit about her. So like I say, fasten your seatbelt. We're ready to go for another ride in the doll world, restoration world. All right, thanks for joining me. I hope you like my little gift that I got here, and I'm really appreciative of it. That was very nice of her. Thank you, Liz, for buying this for me. And she only puts out a few bucks here and there. So anyways, thanks again for joining me and giving me some of your time. And thumbs up, please, if you can. A comment, always, I welcome it. What do we call that? Our mail in the air. You don't need a stamp. It's the quickest way of getting a message to me. All right. Thanks again for joining me. Bye-bye.